Hey, Coach Mooney, can we start with you, which is 600 games at the same school is unusual these days. Perhaps a thing or two that allowed that to happen at Richmond for you.
Well, there are probably more than one or two things. That's a great question, John. I mean, there are many things. Number one, just how much Lee and I love it here. Been able to raise the boys in Richmond, program that is, a university that's invested and wants, I feel like, very similar things that our program represents would probably be the biggest two things. But yeah, it's a place that we've loved and have appreciated the leadership we've had over the years and the support we've had over the years.
Be completely honest, does this team's cohesion and the way that they've gotten so good relatively quickly with so many new faces, any of it surprise you in the slightest?
Yeah, to a certain degree, for sure, because, of course, I see a lot of games, and especially early in the season, you could tell that was, that's an issue for many teams. So it surprises me in that fact. Now, once we had everybody here, I think it was the second summer session, that was pretty evident early. So not like a team that had been together 3 or 4 years, but that guys would have the makeup to be able to play together, to be able to play, team basketball. And so, we may do things differently than where they came from, or there might be an adjustment in terms of their particular role. But I thought there was an indication that they had that in their makeup. I would assume that's what attracted us to them in the first place, but I could certainly see it right from the first week.
But how much of an adjustment is this for you and your staff? Because just a couple of years ago, we were talking about, you've got 6th, 7th year seniors and guys that are about to get up from this place.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, you probably wore name tags here for the first month or so. How much of an adjustment has it been in your coaching style and the way you approach it?
Yeah, it has been a big adjustment. I think a few things. Over the course of time, I think it helps that I've been here a long time, so that that when the guys come in on a recruiting trip and when they start to find out about Richmond, it helps that it's not the 4th coach in 15 years. It helps that it's been myself and a lot of the assistants who have been here or have been here at one point, gone away and come back. That helps because there's a pretty clear understanding of what the place is. So that's one. The second thing is, when grad transfers became a thing 12 years ago or whatever, that was an adjustment there as well, because you were getting somebody again from, they might have had a completely different role or spoken a completely different kind of language at their previous school, and now they're coming here and they're 23 years old. So you treat that guy the same as you would a freshman in his first month of his college career? Probably not. And so I think we've all had to make that adjustment. How do you coach effectively someone who's maybe on their 3rd coach or at their and I think that has probably been the biggest adjustment from, say, my first year here or my second year when we had so many true freshmen.
These guys know how to play, they know how to win, but how important is it that they know that they can win on the road? Because it was really difficult last year, but you've already got a couple of conference road wins this year.
Yeah, that's huge. The celebration in our road locker room is great, and it's because everybody knows how hard it is to achieve, and it feels like things are just stacked against you when you're on the road. That's just the feeling that you have after experiencing it a few times. So, I think that has been good, and not just the fact that we won, but the way the guys were at halftime and in the huddles, and how they communicate with one another and hold one another accountable, and there's the body language is superb. All those things are really, really important when it comes to road games.
If there's a program in this conference that is comparable to yours, it might be Davidson. It's the closest one. What is it? What do you know about this year's team, and how difficult will it be getting down there?
Yeah, they're always very good. They play a great style of play. There's no stone left unturned. I mean, they have, from their recruiting, their talent evaluation, their implementation of their offense, everything is really done so well. The way they play is, beautiful, the way the ball moves, and they're very competitive. And that on film, you kind of see the skillfulness and the shooting and the movement, but when you're playing them, you really sense the competitiveness and the toughness. And so this year, and they have guys who have, they were contributors when they were younger, and now they're better players. So, really good team. Big. They'll play 2 guys 6'10" or above, and just do all the things that you would come to expect from Davidson. Take care of the ball, share the ball really well, shoot well from the perimeter.
John, could you start talking about just the progress the Spiders have made, particularly in A-10 competition?
Our progress has been amazing. I think it's a testament to our out-of-conference schedule, like I mentioned before in some of my other interviews. But I think the out-of-conference schedule just prepared us for the in-conference. So we took a lot of adversity in some of these games, and then we just hit it and kept going with it.
If you could say a thing or two about Coach Mooney that you think allowed him to be at one place for 600 games, what would you say?
His character, on and off the court. I love to be around off the court. I love to be around on the court. He's a great guy. He's a player's coach, so that's one of his biggest qualities, and most amazing qualities, for sure.
Has any part of the relative speed of your cohesion surprised any of you guys with all the new faces that you have and how well you're playing? After just a handful of games, really.
No, I think the cohesion, we figured it out during the summer. I feel like we gelled off the court quickly. During the summer, we all hung out with each other after workouts. So I don't really think it's a surprise. I'm really happy that we got the guys we got. So I think it was some good transfers and guys coming in.
What are some of the specific challenges that you face on the road tomorrow down there?
One of the biggest things is just being on the road, not having all home crowd, being at Davidson. So I think that's one of the biggest things. But if we be locked into our scout, then we can pull it out.
Let me go back to Lane's question about the chemistry thing. There aren't too many 4-year guys either here or at many schools across the country anymore. What was your role in all of that, having been here this long and knowing the ins and outs of Richmond and the University of Richmond?
Just trying to be a leader. Like you said, I've been here 4 years, so I know Mooney's system. I know how he operates. I know how the workouts go, know how practice goes. So just trying to communicate with the guys and be a leader for them. And then, D'Lo was really good, so he helped me out with some of the guys because he was a fast learner as well.
How much confidence are you guys starting to gain from the first 2 road wins in the past couple of weeks compared to obviously the last year without a road win?
It's a big confidence booster. Like last year, it was tough to get a road win. So this year, we got 2 under our belt trying to get another one. So.
What's the biggest difference between last year and this year, especially away from home?
Just like you mentioned, I think the biggest thing is the cohesion between each other. Everybody's is one, so I think that's the biggest thing, and then our confidence in each other as well.
Can you think back to the last game-winning shot that you made? I know it's still 13 seconds the other night, but it was a game-winning shot.
I don't remember the last time I hit a game-winning shot, but it was a great moment for sure. I didn't feel any pressure during the moment either, so I'm just happy I got the win.